Great morning, holy brothers and sisters! For the 18th of TISHREY in the Kitzur Likutei Moharan, today's lesson will be called Materializing Miracles. When one blemishes the land of Israel, which is so closely bound up with faith and with prayer, exile results. This exile is essentially the exile of prayer, wherein it is impossible to pray or to bring about miracles in the world. There are people who obscure all miracles by explaining them in terms of the laws of nature. When these heretics who do not believe in miracles disappear and faith increases in the world, then the Mashiach will come. For the essence of the redemption primarily depends on this, that is, on faith. When we recognize events as extremely random, stop and remember not to try to de-spiritualize them, and don't look to justify the situations by happenstance. Use them as ways to reveal Hashem as being above nature and large and in charge. It is impossible to come to faith except through truth. The explanation of this is as follows. Faith can only exist in connection to those things that the intellect does not understand. A person certainly does not need to have faith in something that he understands intellectually to be true. But if this is so, in those areas where the intellect does not comprehend, how can a person come to believe in what he ought to believe in? The answer is that faith essentially depends on truth. If a person wishes to look at real truth, he will understand on his own that it is correct to believe in the holy faith in God, in the true tzaddikim, and in His holy Torah, even though it is impossible to fully comprehend this properly with our minds, as bound to physicality as they are. For if a person sincerely looks at the truth, he will understand from afar that this is indeed the truth. It is only that it is impossible to comprehend this intellectually. A person must fortify himself only with perfect faith. Understand this well. We must know of God on real, absolute, knowledgeable levels. Faith kicks in beyond our comprehension and loyalty to what we know when times get tough. It is impossible to come to truth except by drawing close to true tzaddikim and following their advice, without deviating to the right or the left from their words. In this way, truth is etched upon a person, and he merits faith, prayer, the land of Israel, and miracles. And through these, the redemption will come. We must be able to rely on the knowledge of others greater than ourselves when we find our limitations. The advice that a person receives from the tzaddikim is analogous to a marriage relationship and to a holy coupling, for one takes in the drops of the tzaddik's intellect with the advice he receives from him. This entails rectifications for improper physical transgressions. On the other hand, the advice of those who oppose the tzaddikim, those impeders who keep others from them and their ilk, who speak cunningly to entice and seduce people away from the point of truth, represent a blemishing of physical intimate purity. Therefore, a person who has blemished his physical intimate purity must guard himself vigilantly against the faulty advice of those who oppose the truth, so as not to lose his whole life in a moment, God forbid. It is vital to protect our covenants and to look to gain strength and protection from those who have previously succeeded where we looked to become better. As always, thank you so much for learning together. If you enjoyed this lesson, please remember